Hi Libra, welcome to your December 2016 love reading. It's Rena here, shuffling the cards, and I just want to tell you as I shuffle the cards very quickly that Venus, the goddess of love and beauty, will be in your fourth house for the first week of December in the sign of Capricorn. And the fourth house of home and family could mean that, let's say, December, this is holiday time, I would say, in all of the world, right? Or most of it. And so that's a time sometimes you go back home to your family. Maybe you meet somebody at one of these family gatherings. Venus can bring love to whatever house she visits, and she can also bring money. So there might be some kind of gain from real estate or from your family of origin or even your current family in some fashion. And then on the 7th of December, Venus goes into your fellow air sign Aquarius, and that makes a friendly angle, a trine. The fifth house is a house of love and romance. So that is a very nice time to actually meet somebody. So after the 7th, you have Venus in that fifth house. So that's a nice transit to be attractive to another person. Venus can bring charm to the person whose house it's in. Wonderful. Okay. Okay. So the overall theme of the month is the Seven of Swords. This is a card of, it could mean different things. It could mean that you're going your own way. In the past position, we have the Temperance card. I will hold that up in a second. But it could be that you are, leaving a Sagittarian individual, because the Temperance card is associated with Sag. And but you may be leaving them in a way that is almost a little bit sneaky. If you're having problems with them where you don't feel comfortable just coming out and telling them that you're leaving, you may do it in kind of it's not underhanded, but it's like you have a clever tactic to get away from this person. But it could simply mean that you are experiencing some sort of deception from that person. It could be that you're deceiving that person, because we do have the Empress card next to it, and this is a sensual energy. So you could be involved with somebody who is a Libran. So that's your, I think that's another combination that I've yet to encounter, are two Librans together. But, the Empress card is associated with Venus. And I was just saying to another sign that I don't know why it's not connected to Taurus. Taurus is ruled by Venus, or you. But this is supposed to be an earthy energy, an Earth Mother energy. Now, it could be that this Sagittarian or this other person is stepping out on you with another Libran or Taurus, or maybe even the mother of their child. And maybe they're going back and forth. But in this case, maybe they're hiding it, because the Seven of Swords is kind of like a sketchy type of behavior, and it can relate to cheating. Okay. The higher message is the Six of Cups. So for some people, now that person, that Empress person, that could be somebody that they knew from the old neighborhood, you know. So this might be somebody, maybe their high school sweetheart or something, and they still haven't, you know, gotten over that relationship. And that could be the same said about you, that there's somebody in your past, maybe that's the person that you're with, and maybe you're stepping out on somebody, and that's why you have never been able to kind of get over that. It could be somebody who is a water sign that you're doing this with, and that would be either a, I don't know, I can't think today, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces individual. And, you know, it's interesting because I did not, you know, when I look at these cards, I kind of just do it in order. And I'm going to jump around just so I can, you know, possibly provide more details. This could actually be a Gemini person who is the other party. And I said an air sign, and I was saying Libra. Maybe it is a Gemini. Could be an Aquarius, but this is associated with Gemini. And this is a card of choice. This is the card that crosses you, Libra. So you may feel that you can't make a choice, or the other person feels that they can't make a choice between you and whoever. Some observations about this, because Libra is notorious for having difficulty making choices. That's something that you tend to do, is kind of agonize over choices. But the other thing that I wanted to say is that what I feel strongly about is that if you're in the position of being chosen over, and you know that the other person is trying to decide, how does that feel? You know, does that feel good to be in the position of waiting for somebody to decide whether or not to be with you? Because I don't know, maybe I'm just egotistical, but that doesn't feel right to me. Or I would not, I could not tolerate that situation personally. And sometimes people allow themselves to be in that situation because they think they really want this person so badly. And if somebody is like stepping out on you, that in itself is going to, you know, even if they say, you know what, I decided I'm going to stick with you. Are you going to trust this person in the future? That's something to really consider. This, as the Six of Cups, this is like about uncomplicated relationships. I've just been picking that card over and over and over again. And it could be saying, you know, there's this talk of ascension. You know, I don't know how many people are aware of what that means. I'm not like totally knowledgeable about it myself, but basically it's that this physical reality is becoming a higher and higher vibration. And so everything is speeding up. You know, even time can seem like it's, you know, speeding up. And because of this, all the heavy emotions, all the negativity that we associate, that's a lower vibration, and those things fall away. So things are becoming apparent. You know, the curtain is being drawn, is revealing the people, maybe the people who are doing the evildoers, let's put it. You know, all of these things are being exposed, I think, and I think that's pretty much what is happening, because there's a purification underway. And this applies also to relationships. And so anything that is of that Piscean age, which is like sacrificing, suffering in relationships, I think, and even like in your job, in every area, is like, you know, do you want to live in that sort of reality, or do you want to live in a golden age where it's not going to be utter perfection because we're living on Earth? You know, there's always going to be that worldly the temporary nature of life, which is, in itself can create suffering. But, having relationships that really are meaningful, where you don't have to hide, there's no masks. This is that energy of innocence, of childhood. And it can also point to having children. I also said that in a prior reading where I got this and the Empress card also, where the idea of being a parent, there's an innocence when you have children living through their eyes and seeing things, because it reignites that sense of when you were a child. And so in relationships, when you have a lot of artifice, a lot of defenses, and you're not really being yourself, that is something to get away from, obviously, and that you can only do that with the proper relationship. Some relationships you're just going to naturally feel on the defensive, and that's something to look out for. So just kind of gravitating towards that type of relationship. This card in the challenge position can also mean that you're with somebody that the relationship is more on the physical level than on the soul level, which is what this card is, like soulmate material. The advice is the Ten of Pentacles. This is a card of like a lot of financial abundance. So as an advice card, if you do have your own business or you have a very thriving career, you may just be, doing stuff along those lines, and you have this, wealth, that you're managing, and you may have, if you're in any kind of situation that is not serving you, you may direct your energies with your business rather than in your love life. Maybe that if you're like, let's say you're in a marriage and you're cheating, and you're doing the cheating, or maybe you're waiting for the other party, your spouse, to decide between you and another person, you may decide to pour your energy into something more productive instead of just like, worrying about that. And your career life may be like really good right now. The other thing too, and oh, by the way, you have Jupiter in the sign of Libra, in your sign. So this is going to be probably a very prosperous time for you when that Jupiter's transiting your sign. So you may have a lot going for you in that area. It could have to do with a family business, or family is helping you, but it could also be that it's an earth sign individual that is involved in some way. So it could be, and maybe, again, maybe there's, I don't know if any of you are involved with the Taurus, because the Empress is related to Taurus. So it could be a Taurus or a Virgo or Capricorn. I would even say like Capricorn could be a possibility, because I think the number 10, the 10th house is Capricorn. So I don't know if that has any connection with some of you. It's a cardinal sign. So some of you may indeed find yourselves, gravitating towards Capricorn. That person may be, a viable person, but it may be somebody from your past that is, or somebody connected to your family. And I did say Venus in the 4th house for that first week. The outcome is the 7 of Cups. This is a card of making wise choices. Again, this is a card of choice, but in the challenge position, you may have a hard time making that choice. But there could be some deception involved. The number 7 can point to deception. And as you see, some of these choices are less than, snakes and dragons, or whatever the heck is that top left. I still haven't figured that one out. Pterodactyl? I have no idea. But, again, and if you look at the bottom right, a mask. Are people revealing themselves to you? Are you seeing people as they really are? Are you taking them at face value and not really getting to know people? Very important when you're starting a new relationship. But it's telling you have choice. Like, don't think that you're limited. if for some reason you feel like, that's coming up for you, that you can't do something because there's a limitation involved. No, there's not a limitation. It's mainly about being very sure about what you want and what you deserve, and then on top of that, making wise choices based upon, real knowledge of the situation, not just wishful thinking. So I hope that you enjoyed this, Libra. If you'd like a personalized love reading using your natal chart with the tarot, please click on the link below. Otherwise, have a great December. Bye.